Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're going to forget about the cloud for a minute.
We're going physical.
Exactly. We're diving into a very, very specific piece of hardware. The NTI UNIMUX-USBV-16O.
Which is a mouthful.
It is. So our mission here is to figure out what this 16-port KVM switch actually is and, why it's such a powerful tool for sysadmins who need to get control over huge, complex systems.
And we should probably start with the price because that tells you a lot.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about $2,275. This is not for your home office.
Absolutely not. That price tag, it's basically telling you this thing solves a very expensive problem.
It's buying back time and preventing absolute chaos.
Right. And the main idea here is consolidation. It's called a 16-port switch, but it lets one person with one keyboard, one mouse, one monitor control up to 32 different computers.
It doubles the port count. That's the first thing that jumps out.
So, okay, let's unpack that. How do you control 32 computers? And more importantly, how do you boot them all up without everything just failing?
That's the core challenge, right?
Yeah, I'm just imagining a wave of keyboard not found errors. It sounds like a nightmare.
And that's exactly the problem it's designed to solve. The fascinating thing is the architecture inside. It has these dedicated internal microprocessors.
Okay, for what?
They create a ghost keyboard, and a ghost mouse for every single port, 100% of the time.
So even if you're not actively controlling a machine, that machine thinks a keyboard is plugged in.
Exactly. It thinks the peripherals are always there, always ready. So the OS never panics on boot.
That's the clever part.
It is. And they have a patent on it. It's called True Auto Boot USB switching. It means you can literally power on all 32 machines, PCs, Macs, SUN workstations, whatever, all at once, simultaneously.
And no errors.
No errors. You don't have to go one by one. It just works.
Okay, so that's a huge deal. But with a price tag over $2,000, you have to ask, why not just use a modern IP KVM? Do it over the network.
It really comes down to stability.
Yeah.
And an incredible breadth of compatibility. This thing is a master of multi-platform environments.
What are we talking about specifically?
I mean, pretty much everything. Of course, you have Windows from 2000 all the way to Windows 10, all the server versions. But the real value is in the other stuff.
Like what?
Solaris, Linux, FreeBSD. And not just that, but very specific, older hardware.
So this is for those server rooms where you have things that, things that just can't be retired.
Precisely. It officially supports old AMPA G4s, G5s, X-serves. It even handles old SUN hardware like the T1000 or the Fire series. It's built for these mixed and matched environments.
So you can even connect really old PS2 keyboards and things.
You can with adapters. They sell specific USB to PS2 or USB to Sun adapters. The whole point is flexibility across decades of IT.
So the systems are complex, but what about the visual side? Are you sacrificing video quality to manage this many machines?
Not at all, actually. It supports a really crisp resolution, up to 2048 by 1.36. So you can see what you're doing on, a complex graphical interface without any blur.
That's pretty high res. And on the back end, for peripherals.
It's USB 1.0 and 1.1 compliant. You get 2 direct USB ports, but you can expand that up to 8 if you use hubs.
Okay, so let's tie this all together. What does this level of engineering really mean?
It means total obsessive reliability. When you look at the specs, the MTBF, that's mean time between failures, is 39,250 hours.
Wow. What is that in years?
That's over 4.5 years of continuous nonstop operation. It's engineered to be installed in a rack and forgotten about.
It's built for places where failure just isn't an option.
Exactly. Think telecom facilities, industrial control centers, places that might even need specialized power. It is an optional 48-volt DC power converter for those exact environments.
So, for you, the listener, what this all means is this device is about removing headaches. The physical headache of swapping cables, and the software headache of boot errors. It guarantees that 32 very different machines can be managed as if they were one single cohesive system.
Which brings us to a final thought for you to mull over.
Go on.
Given this level of consolidation, what kind of critical high-stakes scenario requires one single human operator to be able to monitor and command 32 different operating systems, from legacy Solaris to modern Linux, all at the same time? Something to think about until our next deep dive.